have natural pest control involved. So I'm saving the money for the pest control. So yesterday you have seen people don't believe you that you can plant Napier next to the maize. Huh? Nobody will believe you that, and you still get the crops. Huh? And also interesting aspects when it comes to weed control. Huh? An interesting thing with rice, with paddy. We started realizing in the first 1 month the paddy is growing. You will not find weeds. The paddy. A very interesting thing. Now for the later period in Asia, the people, they are integrating vetiver grass. And vetiver grass has a long function. It is a perennial plant and it remains. And it helps to keep moisture. But here again, what kind of principle can you see here between the rice, the paddy, and the lines between? What are we looking at? What is feeding my plant? This is a bean in between. But here the pest control is on the side. Huh? Here you see castor, you have cassava, you have hibiscus, you have cassia-dora, marigold, everything is integrated there in the treehouse. Again, you see the big confusion for most of the farmers comes with the high number of possibilities you have. So you have to concentrate on a few ways how you want to work. Either you go for the full complexity, as we have seen it there in the field, or you try to reduce it and you use one of the options you can find in these structures. But the key thing is, whatever you do, we come back to that One Health again and again. One Health always starts with the soil. Healthy soils, healthy plants, healthy animals, healthy people. You cannot start with healthy people without healthy soils. You will never have healthy people without healthy soils. So the farmer has to become the healthcare taker. That is really something we need to look at. He plays the key role for that. So what does it mean when it comes to the 4M of healthy soils? Minimize the disturbance, maximize the roots, maximize soil cover, maximize biodiversity. And I think these are all integrated there. They're all integrated there. Next, please. Again, the human being functions very similar compared to the soil. The digestion system of the human beings is very close to it. And so all our health aspects, they depend finally on the health we are getting through what we eat. Play the essential role. Everything is interconnected and has a very similar thing. The human microbiome is, we have millions of microbes on our body, in our body, everywhere. And now scientists start detecting that the microbiome is steering the health much more than we thought up to now. They are finding out that problems in your brain are related to your stomach. Because when something goes wrong up here, something goes wrong down here. It's very interesting to see now what is happening at the research level. And again, you see that what people will find out for the human health, it's the same principles that happen for plant health. It's the same. It's the microbiome that plays a key role. So this is an important thing that we start understanding the similarities and the interconnections. We cannot You see, people, they want to create artificial meat, they want to create an artificial egg. Okay, you see, I would prefer to send these people to the moon. I think they can do there what they want, but we want to maintain a healthy living situation here. And so we don't want to go on an artificial thing. And again, you see these pictures, they bring it back. How can we do that? How can we come? If we don't have a healthy nature, we will never get a healthy human being. Keep that in mind. But also be proud as a farmer that you play a key role in that process. You are the first health caretaker of nature. So it is important to understand all these things. Just an example of a grass we are dealing with all the time. The first thing when it comes to pest control, what made me thinking is I could never find an insect on vetiver. What does that mean? We don't find any insect on a plant. It's a repellent. Huh? What does it mean when a plant is a repellent? I probably should plant it at in the right position. Huh? But what else can I do with it? You boil it, you soak it, you add it to the water, and you have a liquid repellent. Huh? So nature is delivering everything for you from the plant material already. And when we see vetiver has roots, they can grow 3 meters to 4 meters deep in a bundle. They can grow this in one day. And you see it when you cut down the vetiver in the rainy season. The next day you can see the growth. Huh? It starts regrowing immediately. So it is one of the most important plants we can actually help to control. So we start now experimenting, planting it next to banana, planting it next to papaya. Because in India, every tree that is planted in the desert area, in the dry zones, they add vetiver next to it. And they also add aloe vera next to it. We are, again, you see all these plants, they have two aspects. They have the microbial aspect, and they have the components, the smelly components they are actually also working with. So that is multiplying the impacts. So always think carefully about such kind of things. An underestimated plant, bamboo. Did you know that bamboo is a health product? Who has ever had bamboo tea? Oh, you have had it, huh? What are you taking it for? Look at his strong bones, huh? And the skin, huh? But you see, one of the important things is actually bamboo has a lot of silica. Yeah. And silica has the function of strengthening the cells. So it helps to strengthen the plant also. But this is something the plant does not need the full year. And all the time. It needs it basically in the initial growing phase up to flowering. But later on, they don't need it. What happens when we are using bamboo as mulching material? Yes, what is the speed of the decomposing of bamboo? Fast, medium, slow? Slow. So when you combine the bamboo with other leaf litter, over time, it remains for a longer time. So it is always, when you look, it is an anti-cancer medicine. It is an antimicrobial, cardiovascular diseases. It's used and all these informations, they actually come from traditional herbal medicine. Huh? They don't basically come. The scientists got excited when they started testing it. Huh? What kind of components does it have? And then they found out, oh, that's related to all these impacts. So again, you see bamboo, I really suggest that you multiply it. Huh? It is an important plant for the farmer because it delivers you a lot, not only medicine. Huh? The grasses, people are always doubting a bit when I'm stressing so much the grasses, but my experience is that the grasses, they play a key role in the health of your system. When you don't realize that, when you don't, because fast mobilization. The amount of microbes that are related to the grass, fast-growing grasses, it's increasing massively in a very short time. So it plays a very, very important role, and it contributes a lot to the soil regeneration. So that's an important part too. Now, what are we doing again for improving soil quality? We are pruning. We will see in the field how we are pruning and what we are pruning. There's a special term for pruning material that's called ramial wood. What means, does anybody have an idea what ramial wood is? These are the young branches. These are the young branches, those who are still green. Why means cutting down these young branches has a very big impact on the decomposing and nutrient cycling? Because all the nutrients are still in the woody particle. It has woody particles already, but you have all the nutrients that are supplied to the leaves. They are in the green material. And they take longer to decompose than leaves. So you can actually steer the decomposing nutrient cycling over a longer period. They play a very crucial role. Yeah.
And the other thing with ramial wood is you put stuff into the system here, what did I say? You got to learn how to take care of the bacteria and the fungi. They really take care of the fungi because they stay around a while too. Otherwise, the bacteria, they're really aggressive and they can eat a lot of the leaves and the fine stuff up very quickly and take it out of the system. Whereas by putting this, and as Roland said, bamboo and stuff, not only is bamboo high in silica, but the other thing that's very high in silica is our rice stems and stuff. But yeah, so ramial wood is really important. Just for example, even though it's not to the tropics, around all of my trees, and all my fruit trees and my shrubs, I put a lot of ramial wood because the fungi, I'm trying to take care of them because they're the ones who have really good, strong association with my fruit crops. Anyway.
Thank you so much. So you will see how massively you can increase the biomass also through that. So the chop and drop, the pruning, we will see that in the practical way. You have to use the machine tomorrow. You will have to manage a field. So we will show you how to do that. So at the end, you see, it's whatever we are linking with the microbes, with the nutrient cycling. Nutrient cycling means energy storage. No nutrients in your soil, no energy in your soil. You look at the right-hand side. You think you can do agriculture there? Yes, you can at the beginning of the rainy season. Not in the dry season. But this looks green today because this is watershed development, how you can do it in the dry zones. So a lot of energy, that's the battery. Your soil becomes the battery. Where are you getting your energy from? Yes, where are you getting your energy from?
Coffee.
Yes.
Yeah.
When you don't eat, no energy, no energy. When we don't feed the plant,
no energy. So it is so important that the feeding exists in the soil and doesn't need to be added. Next. That's a clear thing. We have seen it already in the field. What is the role of water in nutrient cycling? Transport, giving a clap. If we have no humidity, if we have no water, the nutrient cycling comes to a stop. We need the humidity, we need the fluid that is transporting everything. When the tree does not have water, it's not growing, it cannot cycle the carbohydrates, nothing is going to happen. Photosynthesis is stopping. So that's an important thing. Next, please. We can skip that one. So you see all our experiences with integrating the cattle leads us to the conclusion that actually when farmers start working together, when 5 farmers who have one cow only or 2 cows only, when they put it together, they produce the fodder together, they have a grazing area together, they are 10 times more efficient than an individual farmer who tries to feed his 1 cow. And you can create fodder systems as we have seen it already, how it can work. Now, a special subject, I like it very much. What's the meaning of colors?
Of what?
The colors. What is the meaning? Okay. What is the meaning of colors? How are you reacting when you don't see any colors surrounding you? We know that in my country we have fog. We have times where everything is gray. There's no sunshine, nothing. What happens up here? You see, people become mad when they are sitting too long in a gray environment.
If you see like this, is green, and you see a yellow color, there's a problem.
What problem?
That's like a color.
Yes, you see, colors have a lot of different functions. They are transporting messages. They are attracting, repelling. You see that the yellow flowers in agriculture play a key role. Why? What are you hanging into your mango tree when you want to get a trap for your fruit flies? Why?
It attracts them.
So you see, it's about orientation. Insects get orientation through the light. Plays a key role for the insects. What they can analyze a plant, whether the plant is sick, and the plant is sick when you can find different variations of greenery. When it goes towards the yellow part, it means this plant is sick. I can attack it. But the yellow thing is really important. That's also why we are always telling people, please plant sunflower in it. The Mexican sunflower, but the normal sunflower is giving you food. But they attract a lot of beneficial insects and they repel. Just go back once more because I just forget it. You see, the leaves, the color of the leaves means the leaf have different components. They don't have the same components when they are green. They don't have the same components when they are yellow. So you always have to think what disappears or what comes, what dominates with the color. But the colors are an important stimulant. And we also start learning that they play more and more a role when it comes to health. And you see a lot of flowers, they are also attracting not only the smaller insects, they are attracting birds. And the birds, again, they have an impact on it. Now we can take the next one.
Can you, just before you go, and I don't want to eat into your time, but it's really important. I haven't said this before, but I worked for years in natural resource management in the forest. And I was in charge of over the supervisor of a 3.5 million acre national forest in the US. But what's really interesting about these leaves and what you mentioned about how it affects the mind and stuff is in the fall where we come from, we get the change in these leaf colors.
Yep.
And it's amazing. I mean, it does something to you when you go and you see this brilliancy of colors come out. So the other thing with colors that's really important, and just go to your next one because Roland was ready for it also, is we're showing so many things, and the reason that we're always told to eat the multiple of colors is the antioxidants or the polyphenols and how they relate to our microbes, to our health. I'll leave it at that and let Roland keep going, but that's all very important.
Yes, we can go to the next, yeah. You see all that, just go back once more. All the different colors mean you have different components in the vegetables and the fruits. So combining all these, now we are coming to the biodiversity on the plate.
Yeah.
And everywhere you see, when you go to the best decorated cooks, they always play around with that one. They always play around successfully with that one. The different colors on the plate, it is an essential thing because it makes you happy when you see a lot of different colors like that. For our eyes, the colors are like a vitamin. We love to see that. It stimulates us. So it's an important thing. When we go to the next, now we are coming back.
You see, a lot of these different vegetables, they have a huge impact on different parts of the body. And recent research show that the red fruits and colors, they have a very special impact on your brain. They reduce the age development of the brain when you are adding the red fruits and vegetables in an intensive way. These are recent findings, but all these, again, we are coming to the diversity. It's all about diversity. And when we don't plant it, we will never have it here. And when a simple farmer can have this, he's in a much better position than the guys who are living in the city. Think about that, because this is an important part. Moringa is also such a plant we really have to look at. That Moringa is one of the most nutritious plants we actually have. And the key thing is the micronutrients are very important because they very often don't exist in other plants. So now when you see all these vitamins and fats, proteins, carbohydrates, fibers, when you see this, when we are thinking about nutrient cycling, what do you think is the main role of Moringa? Is it a plant you want to have frequently? Who is for yes? Half of it is still hesitating. Probably you have never eaten it, so you see, eating it raw is not so nice. Eating it or taking a tea is not a really nice flavor. But what I can tell you, when you add Moringa into your omelette, where you have spices, where you have onions, where you have tomato, you don't really care about this flavor. You don't feel it. There are ways how you can integrate it. You can integrate it in a tomato sauce, Because the flavor is not so attractive for the common food. But the meaning is, here I have my fertilizer. When I'm putting moringa leaves into the water or the cow urine, I have my liquid fertilizer. Think about that. And especially when you are dealing with vegetables, this is something you really should have in your vegetable garden. Next one. Maybe more interesting, or the people just don't know it. Potatoes. Look at the ingredients of potatoes. Nobody thinks that we find all these things in a potato. It's there. And here, now it's not in this book, it's in another book.
And so the Koreans, they are using the boiled potatoes basically when they want to produce fertilizers. Because you have so many ingredients already in here. That is an important thing. One of the key aspects, when you want to fertilize tomato, what are you going to add first? Tomato litter. Why? It has all the ingredients you want, the plant will need. So when you are able to produce fertilizers with your tomato residues, or you are putting back your tomato residues, even the tomato that get rotten, you put them back. But one of the key principles actually is always add materials from your plants you are growing. That's why you should put back the maize stalks on the soil, because that's the starting point of nutrient cycling. Next, please. We also try to show to the people why seed treatment is an important aspect. What do we have inside a seed? What is inside a seed? We are talking about microbes. You think there are any microbes inside the seed? Plenty of them. Almost everything what the plants later on will have that are related to the plants, it's already in the seed, in this tiny thing. It's all there. Now we try to protect that, but you don't have effects of bacteria or fungi or insects. We can treat the seeds with a common Indian way. There are lots of different African ways. You use cow dung, cow urine, lime powder, not from the lime fruit, but from the stone. Water, a handful of local soil, and then you just put your seeds into the solution for 10 minutes, let them dry, and then you plant. The germination rate will be much higher. At the end, you see all of what we were talking about now, it aims to reduce the stress factors of the plant. And we have the abiotic that comes from the environment, that is basically on chemical and physical aspects, water, light, temperature, humidity, pH, all these aspects. And we have biotic. These are microbes that are affecting viruses, everything that is related to this level. And you see some of them, they are pathogenic. They attack the plants. So we try to balance that. So it is an important thing, all what we try to do from that level. Our goal is to reduce stress factors for plants. And the biodiversity, again, is the key to that. What we have seen today, the cabbage, you don't see damages. And you see, there's the next thing. You have seen our farm, we have plenty of monkeys next to it, but our farm, only at the beginning, they were the monkeys liked the maize very much. But as soon as this period of the planting was finished, they didn't come back. Now they have enough food over there. Next, please. To control the pests, you have different things. You have to work above the ground, huh? And that's with your system, with the complexity of your system. You have to work with the soil health on the other hand. So it is the way how you manage it, and it is the way how you actually work with the soil at the end. Next, please. Some examples of natural pest controls. Here I'm coming back to that Bible. You have almost all pests and all recipes to fight against the different pests here. Jadam, this is a Korean guy. Jadam Organic Pest and Disease Control. It's really amazing to see what that. You see, an interesting subject you have here too, but which is essential in the desert in Rajasthan. How do you manage termites? When I came to the farms in India, they had a lot of problems that termites was attacking the trees. And then I saw, okay, where they have had aloe vera, it didn't happen. But looking carefully at the situation, I was asking myself, where is the fodder for the termites? In this situation, I have no fodder for the termites, so they need to eat what is still there. They will eat everything. When you plant something, even on the fresh material, they finish it. So we started growing a lot of biomass. That means shrubs like tea that grow fast, all the parts that grow fast and can serve as a fodder for the termites. We started feeding the termites. And the most impressive thing was actually we did not have big damages of termites anymore. Here we have a solution.
Because the termites are eating up Revillea, eucalyptus, combined with vetiver, aloe vera, and Glycidia, the tree rows survive. And the other ones, they don't survive. We have seen that already in the presentations. This plant is really special. Just have a look at that. Because the hibiscus plant, you find it in all dry areas, but I have seen it in Kampala. Latvia has had it in Kampala. So it's existing here too. But people always try to kill it because it's a weed. So they are not working on it. These things, the bitter leaf, it's whatever is considered as a medicinal plant for us. It has high pesticidal impacts in the plant system because it's the same. We are talking about the same problems, the same protection that is needed. And then you find also some ways how to produce such kind of things. You see, an interesting combination is also garlic. Garlic is an important plant, especially in India. They are combining garlic very often with different ingredients. So depending on what you want to go, you have to combine different ingredients. On the tree level, we have a lot of combinations with neem, because that is really efficient on tree levels. But on other plants, the marigold is always a kind of a broad interactor with pests. So always integrated marigold. I remember my grandmother had marigold in the potato. I never understood it at that time. Why she's putting marigold in it? Because this was normally a plant you have in the house garden, but not in. So look at all these things. We will give you links to materials where you can learn a lot. You get all these PPTs that you can review it. But such kind of things, you see, it exists. You don't need to wait for somebody. That's something that I will provide to the power ladies as well, because this is the combination of medicinal plants what we need in the farming to control the pests. Conclusion: nutrition is part of the health. No good food, no good health. Simple. This is
For you. Huh? And the nutrition is based on the microbial activities at the end. Huh? Understanding that we will not try to kill microbes, we will try to multiply them and to balance them. I think that's a key thing we are able to work with when it comes to the diversity. Huh? Next one, I think we are coming to the end. Huh? Yeah. So this is probably the most complex part of the training. But once you have understood the big picture, it doesn't matter so much whether you know. You see, I don't know all the bacteria. I know a few. Huh? But I don't know even 1% of it. And when you think that you take 2 cups of soil, like this, and you have more bacteria than people in the, living on the earth. That makes really think you carefully about the importance. And an important thing we didn't mention yet, bacteria and fungi are much older than we are as a living organism.
And Archena is older.
Millions and millions of years. They went through all climate patterns, and they survived. Human beings won't survive when they don't
Take care of.
control what is happening surrounding them. Because the problem of the human beings, they are not as flexible as bacteria and fungi. They can't get adapted to everything. We know that our ancestors at a certain level, they had a lot of problems with changes. So think about that, create an environment for your bacteria. But also, you see, when it comes to drought situations, what does it mean? You see, I recently came across a scientific analysis that the conclusion in Brazil, in the dry areas, they were identifying specific bacteria related to the plants that survive. The scientists took conclusion, okay, let's isolate these bacteria, multiply them, and give them to our maize, to our paddy, to our plants. You think this is the right approach? What could be another approach that is based on a system? We take the plant, we take the cactus and we plant it next to the rice, because then we have the full system. Because when we only take the good guys, what will happen? The bad guys will hit you back. There will be the next pest. Whenever you try to isolate the good ones and kill the bad ones, you create the next pest. That's the key thing. Thank you so much indeed. I'm happy that not everyone is yet knocked down on the table, because I know it's complex, but when you will see management, when we go back to the fields, you will remember certain things, they are coming up, because you see it in the field, what is the impact of it. And that's one of the key things. Thank you so much.
Yeah, if I knew more of those, I would have bought more of the J.
Can we give them
I'm taking one down to Josiah too. But I can buy more for the ladies and stuff. I think our prices are better where I'm from than they are.
Yeah, they're much better. Here, they cost double. Even 3.
Now their head is now 1. Now 1 is not 2, but now it is 1 head or 2 people. But we really appreciate Africa and Roland for these amazing discussions. I want to stress one thing. Please, can we read again these conclusions? Especially this. Diversity of microbes depends on diversity of plants. The more diverse plants we have, the more different nutrients are available. and then you make nutrients available with your plant diversity. He said it clearly, there are a lot of nutrients in the soils, but the challenge is, are they available for the plants? What your urea and NPK does, it gives them ready nutrients. That's why you put urea on your plant, it works immediately because it is readily taken in by the plant in its own. But you have urea in the soil, but you need microbes to access that urea to the plant. Okay? So please, at least today, keep that in the back of your mind. Take it. That's why the forest is fully functioning. And nobody's taking urea there. Nobody's taking NPK. No doubt. All right. Thank you so much for this morning session. And that's it. We go for a break. I'm sure the tea is ready and the snacks. And then at 10:30, Madam Fiona and Governor Derek, they are going to take you on an excursion in the forest, where we now copy or try to mimic the natural processes out there. This whole thing is about mimicking the natural processes, carbon, water, and nutrient cycle. So I'm sure you are in the right hands. These guys are foresters. They have been for the past, I don't know, years. That's their home. They even built for them a house in the forest. So they are sleeping with the monkeys and they know better. They are always covered in this country of how the forest works. They'll let you know better. Unfortunately, yeah? Anyone that want to be a part of it?
What did he say?
Yeah,
What did Henry say? What did Henry say? I didn't hear it.
That be careful about the diseases I we will not be part of it because we have some other engagements, but definitely we'll meet again after lunch here. Thank you so much and wish you a nice day.